Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're navigating a topic that really feels like it's evolving in real time beneath our feet, the world of artificial intelligence in 2025.
It definitely is moving fast.
Absolutely. And you've given us a fantastic array of sources to explore articles, research papers, even your own insightful notes, all pointing to, well, a rapidly changing landscape.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like every week there's a new AI tool popping up, promising to revolutionize how we work, how we create, how we live.
Yeah, the pace is pretty incredible.
But here's the core tension that many of your sources seem to grapple with. Are these tools truly making us better?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right. Are they elevating humanity, pushing us to new heights of creativity and productivity, like some of the optimistic reports suggest?
Or the flip side.
Or, as other analyses caution, are we maybe inadvertently building an unintended future, one where the lines between, human capability and machine assistance get a little too blurred a little too quickly?
It's a real concern, finding that balance.
That's the big question we're wrestling with today. Our mission is clear. We're going to distill the most important nuggets from the material you've shared.
Sounds good.
We'll explore the current AI landscape, looking at the cutting-edge tools, how businesses and individuals are actually using them in the real world, and what crucial considerations they're raising for our future.
Yeah, the practical application and the ethics involved.
Exactly. And to guide us through this complex and, frankly, fast-moving field, we have an absolute expert with us, ready to help us make sense of your comprehensive stack of information.
Happy to be here and unpack it.
Okay, let's unpack this. So let's kick things off with the exciting stuff. Yeah. Based on the trends we're seeing in your sources, I'm particularly curious about the latest and, well, most exciting AI and automation tools that have really taken off in 2025.
Okay.
I mean, we've moved so far beyond just basic chatbots and simple image generators, haven't we?
Oh, definitely. Miles beyond.
So what's genuinely making waves right now, beyond that initial sort of hype?
Absolutely. We've certainly progressed well beyond those foundational applications. From the research and articles you've gathered, a clear front runner, I think, in terms of excitement and impact, is what we're calling integrated agent ecosystems.
Integrated agent ecosystems.
It's less about one specific tool, as you noted in your observations, and more about entire suites of AI capabilities working together seamlessly across an individual's or an organization's digital life.
Right, like weaving them together.
Exactly. Think of examples like Project Astra from Google DeepMind, which you referenced, or maybe Apple's rumored Oracle system. These aren't just responding to explicit prompts anymore.
So they're more proactive.
Precisely. They're designed to proactively manage your entire workflow. Imagine an AI that can, say, attend a virtual meeting on your behalf.
Wow, okay.
Digest the discussion, and then immediately summarize it in the exact format you prefer. Maybe a concise, bulleted list for a quick read, or a detailed transcript for the archive, as one of your articles described.
That's already pretty useful.
But it doesn't stop there. It can then automatically generate action items, push them directly into your project management software, whatever you use.
Connecting the dots.
Yes, and even draft follow-up emails, all by understanding your specific goals in the context of your work, not just executing isolated commands. It's like having a truly intelligent, highly integrated co-pilot.
That's a significant leap in capability, isn't it? When an AI starts anticipating and acting on our behalf, how do we ensure it's truly aligned with our evolving intent?
That's a crucial question.
And not just reflecting past patterns, what mechanisms are in place for, human oversight or intervention when its anticipation might go awry? Especially given some of the concerns raised in that human-in-the-loop report you shared.
Right, that's a really important point, and it speaks to the core design philosophy. The alignment isn't meant to be static, it's designed to be dynamic. It learns from your feedback, from continuous interaction.
So it adapts.
Exactly. While the AI proactively manages, human intervention points are absolutely built in. You're the ultimate editor, the final approver, if you will.
Okay, so you still have control.
Yes. These systems often surface their proposed actions or drafts for your review before they actually do anything. The underlying tech involves these advanced multimodal foundation models. They combine massive text, audio, visual data to get a more holistic understanding of context and intent. It draws on your past interactions, preferences, even your calendar.
So it builds a picture of you, essentially.
Right. So while it anticipates, it's always seeking validation and refinement from you. It's not supposed to go rogue.
Okay, that makes sense.
What else is exciting? Well, moving on, another really thrilling area, highlighted in several of your scientific sources, is AI-powered scientific discovery.
Ah, yes, the BioNemo example.
Exactly. We're seeing tools like NVIDIA's BioNemo being actively used by researchers now to simulate incredibly complex processes. Things like protein folding or how different drug interactions might occur.
And this is faster than before.
Oh, unbelievably faster. These simulations are happening at speeds that were just utterly unimaginable a few years ago. It's not just speeding up old methods. These tools are using massive compute power to explore possibilities in protein folding, for instance, that were previously intractable.
So finding things they couldn't even look for before.
Precisely. Researchers can validate millions of potential drug candidates in days. It used to take years of individual lab work and traditional computer modeling. This isn't just a minor tweak. It's profoundly accelerating the path to new medicines, new breakthroughs.
That's truly groundbreaking for science. It makes me wonder, though, if AI can do such incredible things in hard science, where data is king, what about the more, I don't know, subjective world of creativity? Are we seeing the same kinds of transformative leaps for artists, designers, or as one of your articles on the creative process kind of suggested, is there a tension there between AI efficiency and, like, real human intuition?
That's an excellent point about the tension, and it's something many creatives are actively navigating right now. For them, we're seeing the rise of what are being called intent-based generators.
Intent-based generators.
Yeah, it was discussed in that Future of Art and AI piece you provided. These go way beyond a simple prompt like, make an image of a dog.
Okay, so more nuance.
Much more. You can now articulate a much deeper, more abstract creative vision. The AI tries to interpret and execute it by mapping those abstract emotional states or narrative arcs directly to visual and auditory cues.
Can you give an example?
Sure. For instance, you could input something like, create a storyboard for a short film about nostalgia set in a 1990s Tokyo convenience store with a melancholic but hopeful tone.
Wow.
And the AI then isn't just spitting out one image, it's generating a sequence of visuals, it's outlining narrative beats across multiple frames, and it can even suggest temporary soundtracks to match that specific tone you asked for.
So it's like a creative partner almost.
In a way, yeah. It's really transformative for brainstorming, for initial concept development, and just rapidly prototyping creative ideas. It lets artists iterate at a speed that was just impossible before.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Because those demos are always flashy, right? Always exciting, and we've seen some great examples from your sources.
The sizzle reels.
Exactly. But what's happening on the ground? How are businesses, how are individuals actually using these sophisticated tools day to day beyond the presentations?
Right.
What does it look like in the wild, as some of your business case studies explore?
That's a crucial distinction, and yeah, precisely what many of your provided articles are focusing on. The real revolution isn't always in the isolated, flashy demo. It's often in the mundane, the day-to-day integration.
Okay.
What we're seeing is that businesses aren't just using one AI tool in isolation. They are actively stitching various AI tools together into these incredibly sophisticated, automated workflows.
Stitching them together,
Yeah.
like a patchwork.
Kind of, yeah. But hopefully a well-designed patchwork. Take a marketing team, for example. A scenario that came up in one of your marketing tech trends reports.
Okay.
They might use an AI to analyze real-time social media sentiment across different platforms.
Tracking them out online.
Exactly. If the sentiment shifts in a particular way, maybe there's a surge in interest around a specific product feature that analysis can then automatically trigger a content generator.
To respond quickly.
Right, to draft a responsive social media post. But crucially, this draft isn't just published immediately. It gets flagged for review by a human team member.
Human check.
Always. To make sure it aligns with the brand's voice, the strategic messaging, the overall campaign goals. Then it goes live. In this scenario, the human isn't replaced. They're sort of elevated to the role of an orchestrator.
An orchestrator, I like that.
Overseeing and refining the AI's output, making sure it all fits, ensuring that brand integrity and strategic alignment are maintained.
That's a really clear use case. And it highlights that the human element is still vital, just maybe in a different role.
Definitely a different role.
But I recall one of the articles you sent, that Future of Work piece, suggesting this orchestrator role might come with its own challenges, like increased cognitive load from managing all these complex AI systems. Have you seen that tension emerging?
You're absolutely right to point that out. That tension is real. While AI automates certain tasks, the human orchestrator's job shifts, right? It becomes more about oversight, critical evaluation, higher level strategic thinking.
So different kind of thinking required.
Exactly. And that can indeed introduce a new type of cognitive load, not the load of doing the task, but the load of discernment, of managing the system, of making sure it's all working correctly and ethically. It requires a different skill set, which we should definitely talk about.
Yeah.
For individuals, though, maybe on a more personal level, the biggest day-to-day impact we're seeing from these tools is often this idea of cognitive offloading. And this is generally seen as a massive plus in your personal efficiency sources.
Cognitive offloading, like freeing up brain space.
Pretty much, yeah. People are essentially using AI assistants as a kind of second brain to offload mental drudgery.
Okay, give me an example.
Imagine you're faced with, I don't know, a 100-comment online thread discussing some work issue. Instead of reading every single one, you could just ask your AI, hey, summarize the top 3 points of disagreement in this thread.
That would save so much time.
Right. Or maybe cross-reference my meeting notes from yesterday with the client's latest project brief and just highlight any inconsistencies. Things like that. It's incredibly powerful for just eliminating the sheer slog of information processing, sifting through mountains of data.
Yeah.
It frees up immense amounts of time and, importantly, mental energy for more valuable, more thoughtful work.
That sounds like an enormous boost to productivity, no doubt about it. But that brings us to our third big question, the one with some real weight to it, and something many of your more cautious sources really dig into.
Mm-hmm. The double-edged sword.
Exactly. Are these tools truly boosting our creativity and productivity, which sounds amazing, or are they inadvertently creating new, perhaps unseen risks for us?
It's unequivocally both. As many of the research papers you shared really indicate, there's just no simple yes or no here.
Okay.
On the one hand, the productivity boost for routine, repetitive tasks. It's not just significant, it's measurable, and it's massive. We're seeing tasks that used to take hours, now taking minutes, sometimes seconds.
Like what kind of tasks?
Things like drafting initial reports, generating basic code snippets, synthesizing market data summaries. For specific roles, it allows teams to accomplish far more with the same resources. That part is pretty clear.
Okay, so productivity boost. Check Q. What about creativity?
Well, on the creativity front, there's definitely an explosion of output. People can generate ideas, images, text at a speed that was frankly unimaginable before.
More stuff, faster.
Right. However, there's a crucial caution here, highlighted by some of your more critical essays. There's also a real risk of homogenization.
Homogenization, meaning everything starts to look the same.
Kind of, yeah. If all the AIs are trained on similar vast data sets, we might start seeing outputs that, while technically competent, begin to look and sound, well, a bit generic, a bit samey. It could potentially lead to a lack of genuine originality over time.
So where does the human creativity come in then?
That's the key. The real creative act in this new landscape seems to be shifting. It's moving away from just raw generation towards human curation and prompting.
Guiding the AI.
Precisely. It's about skillfully guiding the AI with a unique human perspective, asking the right questions, pushing it in interesting directions, and then refining its output to produce something truly original and distinct. The human touch becomes curation and direction.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about the bigger risks you mentioned?
Right. The bigger risks are certainly present and need careful consideration. One is the potential for dependency and atrophy.
Atrophy. Like, are skills fading?
Exactly. If we offload every single cognitive task, scheduling, summarizing, even drafting our initial thoughts, do we risk our own cognitive muscles weakening over time? Does our ability to recall facts independently, or synthesize complex arguments, or even formulate original ideas completely from scratch diminish?
That's a slightly scary thought.
It's something to consider. Then there's the ever-present threat of hallucinations.
Right, when the AI just makes stuff up, it sounds confident.
Exactly. AI systems can confidently present false information or generate outputs that are factually incorrect but sound perfectly plausible. This can have serious practical implications in business, right? Leading to flawed decisions, maybe reputational damage if that incorrect info gets published.
Or just wasting time checking its work constantly.
Or just wasting human time validating erroneous data. Absolutely.
And you mentioned bias, too.
Yes, and furthermore, many of your reports discuss the significant challenge of bias. AI systems can inadvertently perpetuate and even amplify biases that were present in their training data.
Because the data reflects the real world, biases and all.
Precisely. And this becomes particularly problematic when these automated decisions are made at scale, impacting critical areas. Think about automated loan applications or tools used for screening job candidates.
Yeah, that could be really unfair.
If the training data was skewed, reflecting historical biases, for example, the AI's decisions could lead to inefficient or unfair outcomes for certain groups. And it's not about the AI having some kind of malicious intent. It's about its data reflecting existing societal patterns, which then get baked into and scaled up by the automated decisions.
What's fascinating here is that nuanced view of creativity and also these very real human risks, dependency, hallucinations, bias. It's not just about what the AI can do, but the implications of its output for reliability, fairness.
The downstream consequences.
Which brings us perfectly to the future. What skills, then, beyond just knowing how to code, will people actually need to thrive in this increasingly AI-driven world? It feels like the ground rules are changing fast, as many of your strategic foresight pieces suggest.
Indeed, the ground rules are shifting profoundly, and what's becoming really clear from your sources is that the critical skills for the future are, well, they're profoundly human. It's not just about deep technical programming expertise anymore.
So you don't need everyone to be a coder.
Not necessarily, no. While understanding AI technically is valuable, of course, not everyone needs to be a programmer to thrive in this environment. I think the essential skills will include things like prompt engineering and critical evaluation.
Okay, break that down. Prompt engineering.
It means knowing how to talk to the AI effectively,
Right.
how to craft the right questions, the right instructions to get the output you actually need.
Right. Talking its language? Sort of.
Sort of. But crucially, the second part is just as important. Critical evaluation. Knowing how to rigorously assess the AI's output. Is it correct? Is it relevant? Does it have flaws?
Like spotting those hallucinations or biases we talked about.
Exactly. Can you detect if the AI is confidently wrong? Can you spot subtle biases hidden in the synthesized data? That level of human discernment becomes absolutely paramount.
So it's not just asking, but understanding how to ask and then having the judgment to know if the answer is any good. It makes sense that the human remains the ultimate quality control.
Absolutely. Another key skill, which came up frequently in your management strategy papers, is orchestration and integration.
Like the marketing team example.
Yes, exactly like that. It's the ability to manage and synthesize the work of multiple AI agents, often across different platforms. Like being a conductor leading an orchestra.
Okay.
You're not just playing one instrument. You're coordinating this whole ensemble of AI tools to achieve a complex goal, making sure they work together harmoniously and effectively.
That sounds like a complex skill in itself.
It is. Then there's ethical reasoning. This is going to be hugely important both for individuals and for organizations.
The should we question.
Exactly. It's about having the critical foresight to ask, just because we can automate this process, should we? Understanding the potential consequences, especially when AI decisions impact human workflows or even individual lives. It's about responsible deployment, maintaining human judgment where it matters most.
Right. Keeping humans in the loop appropriately.
Appropriately, yes. And finally, perhaps most importantly, is creativity in the human sense.
Not just generating lots of stuff.
No, not just output. This is about original thought, unconventional problem solving that goes beyond existing data patterns. It's about profound emotional intelligence. These are aspects that AI, at least currently, simply cannot replicate authentically from genuine human experience.
It can mimic emotion, but not feel it.
Precisely. It can mimic, but it can't feel. It can't truly innovate in that deeply human way that stems from subjective understanding, lived experience, intuition, all that messy, wonderful human stuff.
So what does this all mean? If these profoundly human skills are becoming more critical, it raises a really tough question, doesn't it? The one you highlighted as central to the societal debate in your notes. Where do we actually draw the line between using AI to empower humans, making us better, faster, more efficient, versus potentially replacing us entirely? This feels like the biggest question of all.
This raises an important question indeed, and it is perhaps the toughest one. There's no single, easy line to draw here, as your diverse sources clearly illustrate. It's not a static boundary.
It keeps moving.
It's a constantly shifting boundary, I think, one that we, as a society, have to continuously negotiate and redefine through policy, through how we design these systems, through cultural adaptation.
So how do we navigate that shifting boundary? What's the guiding principle?
I believe the line should fundamentally be drawn at purpose and meaning.
Purpose and meaning.
Okay. We should strategically use AI to automate tasks that are, tedious or dangerous or highly repetitive. The goal there is empowerment, freeing humans from the drudgery.
To do what instead?
To allow us to focus on what we truly do best. Connecting with each other, empathizing, engaging in high-level strategy, creating with a genuine human intent. Imagine using AI to handle all the logistics of travel planning, right? So you can focus entirely on the purpose of the trip, the relationships you're building there. That's empowerment.
Got it. So where does replacement happen?
Replacement, I think, occurs when we start prioritizing pure efficiency over our humanity. When we value a perfectly optimized, maybe zero-error process more than the unique, sometimes messy, contributions of a human workforce.
And especially in critical decisions.
That's where the line is most critically crossed, yes. When a decision that profoundly affects human lives, hiring, firing, a medical diagnosis, parole decisions, things like that, is made solely by a black box algorithm.
Without real human oversight.
Without meaningful human oversight, without human accountability, without the capacity for empathy or understanding context beyond the data. As some of your socioeconomic analyses point out, this isn't just about jobs lost or gained. It's about the very fabric of fair, just, and accountable decision-making in our society.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, then what's the ultimate goal we should be aiming for with AI, trying to keep this delicate balance in mind?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, I'd say the ultimate goal of AI shouldn't be to create a world without work. It should be to create a world with better work.
Better work, not no work.
Exactly. Work that is more creative, more strategic, more fulfilling, and ultimately more human. AI should elevate us, making our contributions more impactful and meaningful rather than diminishing or replacing them entirely.
That's a powerful and I think really crucial distinction to make. Wow. This deep dive into your sources has truly laid bare the complexity, the potential, and the challenges of this AI revolution unfolding around us right now.
It's a lot to take in.
It really is. We've talked about these incredible new tools, integrated agent ecosystems, intent-based generators. We've looked at how they're actually being used, stitched together in businesses, offloading cognition for individuals. The benefits and the risks, the immense benefits. Yes, productivity, creative output, but also those very real risks. Dependency, bias, homogenization, and crucially, the essential human skills we'll need.
Orchestration, critical evaluation, ethics, creativity.
Exactly. As we wrap up, I want to leave you, our listener, with a provocative thought, building on that last point. As you reflect on this shifting boundary between human and AI roles in our world, where do you draw the line in your own work, in your own life?
It's a personal reflection as much as a societal one.
It really is. What kinds of work, what aspects of human endeavor do you believe should always remain distinctly human, perhaps untouched by automation? It's definitely a question worth pondering as we all move forward into this future. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive and for sharing such compelling material for our exploration today.
My pleasure. It was a great discussion.